been trying to figure something out that's been bothering me, and I think I figured it out. My brother does this thing where if you try to, like, apologize to him, he just, like, you have to do something stupid to, like, really piss him off, and then he just doesn't forgive you. I've never been against it. You know, sometimes you deserve it. And it just kept bouncing around in my head, but then I remembered, when I was in Ackworth, we had this girl that got injured at school, and they were kind of doing this fund to get money up, and I'm a broke ass, I didn't have any money, so I started selling, I opened a little sandwich stand and started selling Bubba Colas to the neighborhood, and there was this kid there, everybody in the neighborhood, kids, spite brain, just wanted to teach me a lesson, so he started telling me he didn't have money, he wanted a free soda, and I wouldn't let him have it, and then I went to the bathroom, and then he literally stole everything out of my stand. Well, I didn't get to donate any money to help that girl, and then that kid found out that I was raising money for a cause. And he immediately came, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I just hated you, I didn't want to see you doing well, you said words that hurted my feelings, and I couldn't get over it because I think like a 2-year-old. To be fair to this kid, he was like 5 or 6. And I just didn't forgive him. And he would bring it up all the time, and I didn't realize until just now what he was looking for was me to say, I forgive you. No, I never did. I remember that guy just years later when I was in Ackworth, that kid like ended up doing drugs and ODing and dying, which probably is the best for the world, to be honest, but yeah. And I realized a big problem I have with this scenario is, one, I realize that, yeah, I'm not going to get Mary Bowberry. Now he's going to try to force me to marry SSBBWJ, and I'm just going to say it straight up. I'm not marrying any of those women. You're going to leave me alone. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to do the right thing, and then you disgusting, pedophilic, human trafficking ring people who don't know right from wrong and don't care about right and wrong are going to leave me alone. All of those women, you destroyed their brains. Remember, what did I say? The death of the mind, death of the body, death of the spirit. You destroyed their brains. I am not marrying any of your women, for that matter, because when I get that $4 billion, Blondie, I want to hurt you. I want to hurt Stu. And I'm going to hurt you. Assuming I man up and do this thing. That will be my reward. And you and Stu have the audacious opportunity to tell the church to stay out of it. When you refuse to accept an apology, it means you believe the person has not adequately owned their actions or earned your forgiveness. You do not owe anyone your acceptance. It is a valid choice to reject an apology if you are still hurt or do not trust the person. Forgiveness is an internal process, and your acceptance of an apology should be on your own terms and timeline. I do not accept your apology, Blondie. I don't care. I understand why you did what you did. I said that in the video back there, and I bet you I was right. And I bet you I'm right about SSBBWJ, and I bet you I'm right about everything else, because you're that predictable and you're that generic and not unique in any way. Reasons for refusing an apology. The apology is insincere. The apology may sound hollow, be forced, or include phrases like, I'm sorry, but, which diminishes its sincerity. You might feel the person is apologizing only to end the conflict, not because they genuinely regret their actions. You can't feel guilt or remorse, so you can't regret your actions. Person lacks self-awareness. You may feel the person does not truly understand the impact of their actions or why they were hurtful. If they do not fully comprehend the harm they cause, their apology will feel insufficient. The person is repeating the behavior. If the person has repeatedly apologized for the same offense, their own words have become empty. You may refuse the apology because you no longer believe they will change their behavior. Blondie, this started with you trying to control things you can't control, and what are you doing now? You're trying to control someone you can't control. The betrayal was too deep. Some offenses, especially serious betrayals or abuse, can cause such profound hurt that you may not be able to offer forgiveness. It is your right to decide if you can never move past the pain. This is really deep, I'm going to be honest. And I don't think I will ever move past the pain. But I also know Blondie's retarded ass can't fix that. Actions don't match the words. The person's actions following the apology are more important than their words. If they are not taking corrective steps or making amends, their apology lacks credibility. Blondie got out of the poisoning me with heavy metals by calling me as the FBI and then name dropping himself so that he could be removed from the list because he's an FBI guy that told me his own name. Then he poisoned me. That's how he got out of it. Okay. That's insincere. You need time to heal. You are not obligated to accept any apologies immediately. If it is healthy to take the time, you need to process your feelings and heal from the hurt. What it means for apologizers: the opportunity to change. Refusing an apology can signal to the other person that their behavior is unacceptable and their sorry is not enough. This can serve as a catalyst for them to understand the deeper impact of their actions and motivates them to truly change. The end of the relationship. If you refuse the apology because that trust has been irreparably broken, the apologizer may not accept that relationship is over. You are not obligated to continue the relationship regardless of their apology. They can still take responsibility even if you don't accept their apology. A truly remorseful person will respect your decision and understand that they cannot force forgiveness. They can still show accountability through their actions and make genuine efforts to change. Put yourself in prison, Blondie. It's where you belong. You'll love it in there. I mean, everybody's self-righteous because they don't believe in raping babies or hurting women, but you'll love it. What it means for you: maintaining your integrity and boundaries. By refusing an insincere or inadequate apology, you are upholding your own values and showing that you will not tolerate certain behaviors. This helps maintain your personal boundaries and self-respect. I will settle for nothing less but the complete destruction of your entire church and all you filthy bastards going to prison where you belong. And I get that you're the victims, but the fact that this shit has gone on for so long and none of you tried to stop it, I'm not even finishing the sentence. Allowing yourself to heal. Accepting the weak apology can lead to resentment because you'll feel that the issue was not truly resolved. Refusing it allows you to be honest with yourself and properly work through your feelings. Forgiveness is still possible without acceptance. Acknowledge there is an apology and your need for time is not the same as offering forgiveness. You can tell them, thank you for the apology, but I'm not ready to accept it. Forgiveness is for your own peace, and you can choose to do that independently of the other person. I didn't realize this until I was walking around about 30 minutes ago, that this, as I stated, is a narcissistic apology. Blondie's not going to get punished. Nothing bad's going to happen to him. In fact, he rewarded himself with Mary Bowberry, the rich wife, because that's who he is. And he's not going to learn anything. And it might sound stupid to be literally saying I'm more than willing to let some 300,000 people keep getting human trafficked and babies getting raped nonstop by a filthy fucking church that does that because Blondie's apology is inadequate. But your apology is inadequate. And not to mention, you erased your name from my brain because I believe you either A, there might have something to do with my contract, and you don't want me out of my contract because that involves me telling the truth to the whole world about you people. Or B, you knew retaliation was an inevitability. You knew I wouldn't accept your apology and I would try to fuck up your life the way you have so graciously fucked up mine. You know, I was thinking about that integrity thing. I had great integrity until you people came into my life. I believe that's where my courage may have went and why I don't have courage anymore. Is because the truth is I had followed my values perfectly, those self-righteous ones. I had followed them my entire life. I didn't believe that Witchy Poo needed to be enslaved by Stu. I didn't believe the Belly Girl needed to die. I followed my values to a T, right up until a bunch of dumb bitches kidnapped me from my natural environment, kept me high on drugs, and told me the other guy in my head, who is all the repressed evil that is in the darkness of my mind, my spite and all my negative emotions are somehow superior, and then when they let that creature out, he did all the bad things. And then everybody was shocked that the thing that I'm not was fucking evil. And they kept telling me that guy is my highest self, a garbage can. Just like you guys go, your highest self is a garbage person. I do not know what the obsession with not having values is, or why it gets you hard. I would argue the end is control, and you want control over all facets. That's what my theory is. And I think that's why the antisocial, I hate the government shit comes in with you dumb bastards, is because they have accountability and you hate accountability. You hate being held to account for everything. The same way I hate being cucked with responsibility, which is a form of accountability. Blondie, I do not forgive you. I do not want green eggs and ham, Sam I am. I do not want them in a van. Okay? I do not want any of the women I had sex with. I do not want to be forced to marry any woman from your church under any circumstances. Okay? Because all she's going to do is whatever the church wants her to. That's not love. That's not a real relationship. Okay. If you can find a woman that absolutely hates the church and just wants to murder you people, I might go for that. Me and her can abduct you people, beat and rape you to death and torture you forever and just mutilate you and mutilate you and mutilate you, and I will jack off to it. That is how much hatred I have for you people. Because all you've ever done is hurt me and then screamed, it's good, it's good, it's good. If you so believe that suffering is good for you, then you should be thankful when somebody like me so graciously gives you suffering. Follow your own philosophies. It's called integrity.